You ever had someone just disappear on you, like you text them and they ghost you for hours, days, maybe weeks? Now imagine they ghost you because they literally vanished into another decade. Yeah, that's the relationship we're talking about today. A love story so complicated it needs a calendar, a time machine, and maybe a therapist on speed dial. Stay with me, because this is a story about love, time, and what happens when both refuse to stay in one place. All right, let's go back, way back, because this story begins in the strangest way. There's a little girl named Claire. She's 6 years old, playing in a meadow, minding her own business, when out of nowhere, poof, a naked man appears. Yep, no clothes, no warning, just hello, future husband, I guess. But here's the thing. This man, Henry, isn't some creep from the woods. He's a time traveler. And not the cool kind with a DeLorean and a flux capacitor. Nope. Henry is cursed with a genetic disorder called chrono impairment, which basically means his DNA can't keep its appointments. He just slips through time. 1 minute he's here, the next minute gone. Clothes? Forget about them. They don't come along for the ride. So every time he pops up somewhere, he's naked. So Claire grows up meeting this man over and over at different ages of her life. Sometimes he's young, sometimes he's older. He tells her things. He becomes part of her childhood in this bizarre, secret way. And because Henry keeps popping up in her timeline, Claire starts to believe this man is her destiny. Fast forward a few years, Claire is an adult now. She meets Henry again, but here's the twist. This Henry doesn't know her yet. That Henry hasn't started time hopping to meet little Claire. So in his mind, she's just this beautiful stranger who seems to know way too much about him. Awkward, right? Imagine meeting someone who already knows your favorite food, your worst habits, and maybe even your death date. And you're like, hi, nice to meet you. But love works in mysterious ways, even when time is playing dodgeball with your life. Claire and Henry fall in love, they get married. And just when you think they can live happily ever after, nope, time travel doesn't care about vows. Henry keeps disappearing at the most inconvenient times. Dinner plans? Gone. Anniversary? Gone. Pregnancy? Oh boy, this is where it gets wild. Claire wants a baby, but here's the problem. How do you conceive a child with someone who can't stay in one place long enough for, well, you know, they try, they fail, they cry. But then something unexpected happens. Through a very strange set of circumstances involving future Henry. Yeah, future Henry gets involved in his own conception drama. Claire finally gets pregnant. And here comes the next twist. Their daughter, Alba, is born. But guess what? Alba also has chrono impairment. Except, she's a little different. Unlike her dad, Alba can control her time travel. She can pick where and when she goes, which, if you ask me, makes her the coolest kid in any timeline. Now, you'd think that's where the story ends. A little happy bow, baby born, family adjusts, everything's fine. Nope. This story doesn't do neat endings. Time keeps messing with them, and the shadow of Henry's unpredictable life and death hangs over everything. It's heartbreaking, it's beautiful, and honestly, it's kind of exhausting just thinking about it. At its core, this is a story about waiting for love, waiting for someone who keeps slipping away, and the quiet strength it takes to hold on when the clock isn't on your side. And now, you're probably wondering what this masterpiece is called. This mind-bending, heart-wrenching, genre-defying story is none other than The Time Traveler's Wife by Audrey Niffenegger. First published in 2003, this novel isn't just a love story. It's a love story wrapped in science fiction, tied with a big bow of existential questions about fate, choice, and what it means to truly commit to someone when time itself is the enemy. So what do I think about it? Honestly, this book is weird. And I mean that in the best possible way. It doesn't fit neatly into a box. Is it a romance? Yes. Is it science fiction? Sort of. It's not blasting spaceships and robots, but the concept of time travel is central to the plot, and Niffenegger doesn't treat it as a gimmick. She builds rules around it. But here's the real kicker. This isn't a book about time travel. It's about love. It's about how messy, unpredictable, and painful it can be to love someone whose life you can't control. Henry and Claire's relationship is epic, but also deeply flawed. There are moments where you feel for Claire, waiting, always waiting, and moments where Henry's helplessness will break your heart. And then there's Alba, their daughter. She's like a glimmer of hope in a story that constantly reminds you that love and time are rarely on the same page. The fact that Alba can control her time travel makes you wonder, is she the evolution of Henry? Or is she a tragic reminder that this condition will always haunt the family? What really struck me is how the book plays with the idea of inevitability. If you know the future, if you've seen what's coming, can you change it? Should you change it? Henry's life feels like a constant fight against a current that keeps dragging him away. Claire's life feels like standing on a shore, waiting for someone who may or may not come back. It's romantic, yes, but also quietly devastating. As for the writing, Audrey Niffenegger has this poetic style that makes even the most confusing time jumps feel emotional, rather than just technical. It's not about how the time travel works, it's about how it feels. And that's what makes this book so powerful. Now, a little about the genius behind this story. Audrey Niffenegger isn't your typical novelist. Before writing this book, she was actually an artist and a professor. The Time Traveler's Wife was her debut novel, and what a debut it was. It became an international bestseller, sold millions of copies, and even inspired a movie and a TV adaptation. Talk about starting strong. She once said she wrote this book because she wanted to explore the idea of a woman who spends her life waiting for her man. That's Claire's story in a nutshell, but layered with so much complexity because of Henry's condition.
That's the good stuff.
So, should you read it? Absolutely. If you're ready for a book that's romantic, heartbreaking, and mind-bending all at once. It's not an easy read emotionally. It will make you think about love, loss, and time in ways you never have before. And maybe, just maybe, it'll make you appreciate the people you love right now. In this moment, because as this book shows us, the present is the only time we truly have. Have you read this book? What did you think? Is it a love story, a sci-fi, or something else entirely? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear them. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this trip through time with me, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with a fellow book lover. Until next time, stay present. Hey, thanks so much for hanging out with me today. If you're interested in diving deeper into this book, I've left some links down in the description. You can use it to grab yourself a copy and keep the adventure going. And if you're in the mood for more great reads, don't go just yet. Click on one of the videos popping up right now that I think you'll love. And don't forget to give this review a like, leave a comment, or even subscribe if you'd like to see more. Every bit of support helps us grow this little community of book lovers. See you in the next one.